network is on. It doesn't.
All the website was NSDMA compromised with the websites and all that. They have demonstrated actually to all the servers on the network.
NSDC is compromised. They are hosted in NSDC.
You explained the full form in NSDC.
Nagaland State Data Center is compromised. Yeah, whole website hosted in Nagaland State Data Center is compromised. Yeah, so this is the date is 27/6/2023 and the time is 11:05 a.m. Yeah. The whole website has been compromised.
That's a new report, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Time is 11:05 a.m.
We have the detection time is 11:35,
Yeah.
but we have received at 11:50.
So you record the receiving time.
So do they Cybercrime branch, do they have any IT specialists?
Yes, this so forensic, but they are related, they coordinate and work with it. So all this intrusion or this network down is made possible due to attacks like those attacks. Those attacks, what they will do is they will send like continuous ping, and they will shut the network because we have many servers that is enabling us to get internet. So they will target the main. They will have multiple targets and they will shut down the network. So it is a crime. It is under crime now. So we will find out. What we will do is we will first suppose from the incident location they will report to RO, and the RO will also send to CERTIN. The CERTIN is the Computer Emergency Response Team India. So that they will analyze, and if any information is required, they will contact us. We'll give the system log because once attack is happened, we have a system. All our systems in SDC also it is being monitored 24/7. Okay, so we have a system where when it is attacked, so we will find out which IP is attacking. So if it is from outside India, they will block first. They will block that IP.
I would like to share, before we go ahead, our State Emergency Operations Officer, Sri Nandama, will make the presentation on the sequences that we have recorded here at the staging area at the Secretariat Conference Hall. That will be followed by a comment from the Directorate of ITNC. I think Saroko, you please let me share something what had happened, because that was the point, one of the important sites where all the synergies were coordinated there. And that will be followed by an observations from our observers, their inputs. Then we will have a keynote address
for restoration of the services. The hackers could further can access into the NIC network server, PSNL exchange server, and SIM-BIOS network, and launched distributed denial of services attack resulting in total blackout of the state ID network services. Now, with that, it has affected severely all the normal business in the state for both government, private business, and especially the banking sectors. So that was the synopsis of today's mock drill. So based on this, like we have conducted the mock drill, and I will just quickly run through the sequence of events. And before that, I would like to mention that there is no success or there is no failure in a mock drill. It is about learning and experiencing with our capability and what we have in the state. Then 105, all websites are opening properly. There is no request timeout. Then by the 104 at 104 in the SCOC also, there is a call from the Directorate of Information Technology and Communication that SWAN network is up and website restored and ready to go online. 106 BSNL, the service which were affected has been restored and by the BSNL team. And 106 from the state data center also, still the new restored service under observation in testing mode. Then at 111, SIM-BIOS reported that they have identified that one of the network device was compromised and they have isolated that and the network is restored. Then by 122, SWAN reported that the network is restored. and then retract all unit and debriefing. By 2 p.m. all the services that were affected are restored. And however, at this stage, the cybercrime branch of the police, they are under investigation of what has happened. And now at 2 p.m. like we call for the debriefing. So that is the flow of the even reports that we have received in the staging area today.
3 separate staging areas where 2 incident areas. One is SDC, State Data Center, which is in Science and Technology Building. Then we have another incident area which is one statewide area network here in the sector. So these were the 2 incident area, and the nerve center to control all of this was DITC, Directorate of Information Technology and Communication, where we had our control room, and from that was the location where we were coordinating with the state government and the incident response area. So minute-to-minute incident has been already mentioned. So our team, we were 20 from IT department, all technical experts, and the resource unit leader, strike team, and situation unit leader were placed in all these 3 locations, monitoring the situation minute by minute. And this report was given to NSDMA and the cybercrime to the PHQ as well as the SEOC.
Team which is out there, the strike team, the planning team, and the operation team, they function as it had been prepared before. And one thing, the good point that I saw out there is that there is a chart prepared according to the IRS, Incident Response System, and it is specifically mentioned that who will be doing what, whose duties will be what in this type of situation. And with that name and designation and the duties, once they receive the information, all the designated person, all the duties which have been given, they perform it accordingly. And one of the most important thing in a mock exercise is that why we do mock exercise is just to fill the gap of communication. The communication is very much important in handling any type of disaster.
So as it rolled out, it turned out to be literally a real-time scenario when they were trying to resolve the issue. At the same time, they were trying to report to the concerned officials. To make it very brief, there are a few observations that I would like to point out. NSDMA has been very successful in implementing physical aspects when it comes to disaster. They have SDRF and DRF. Even at community level, they have community first responders. It is my observation and advice, if they could come up for our virtual world, which was an eye-opener today, if they can have a cyber emergency response, something of that sort, for all the officials concerned. It could be from ISP, TSP, NICs, on all the officials concerned. Those officials may not into a response cell.
The time taken from our station to reach to the incident site was also taken note of. We also wanted to see in real time how fast we would be able to go to that site and how long it will take us for, technical team to set up a communication network. It's not that you just go, it's not like your mobile that you are there and you start talking. We have a certain protocol and a procedure to be followed. So accordingly, we will be setting up either a static station maybe, or maybe it may be through a handheld device. Here I would say that in some of the instances, some of our observers have pointed out that there was some communication where it was not very successful. In some of the areas we have dispatched handheld sets. So depending on the range of the set also, yes, it may become difficult to convey because it's not like a mobile, as I said, there is some gap in the communication. Basically, our purpose is that once such a report is received, we basically set up communication network. We establish a point-to-point communication network for relay of information and dissemination of information. That is our main purpose. The stakeholders or the key players in this, they will be the ones conveying us the information. Accordingly, whatever is received, that we convey. So, yes, as many of our friends have pointed out, today's mock drill, also coming to today's mock drill, I would say the time that was taken up to set up all these communications stations, we have also simulated on a real-time scenario. It's not that we were ready, we were just there and then we had set up. We were also awaiting the response, we were also awaiting the report that such and such thing has happened. There has been an attack of a DDoS. So as and when we received, based on the input that we have received, we have dispatched our personnels to the respective sites for setting up of a communication network.
There's no coordinations, whatever we do, how much we know, unless we coordinate each other's, there's a big issues we used to face. This blackout or any hackers must happen in our state or not. I don't know, because I'm totally new in this IT things. What the thing is, what I observe is that young Malays, every one of us were really very enthusiastic, and we are very dense with this IT knowledge. And every one of us, we are IT savvy, and especially these are youngsters. See, at times like this, what I wanted to share a few thoughts is that in any eventuality or any disaster, we need to have a very good coordination. Though one may have a lot of knowledge, but unless we coordinate each other,